Well, the Houston Astros finally get a victory. Framber Valdez goes out and pitches 7 solid innings, but is it enough for them to get to the playoffs? That's all to be determined. We'll talk about what could happen over the next 3 days on this Locked On Astros podcast.
Jainel Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chansey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. Go ahead and make us your first listen, whether it's Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and make myself, Eric, and Brett your first listen on whether it's on YouTube. Go ahead, subscribe to us. Go and make us your first listen, Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go ahead and check us out. We have over 18 years combined podcasting experience. So whether the Astros go to the postseason or not, go and stay tuned to the Locked On Astros podcast. We'll be going all off season. We don't go to Cancun like a lot of y'all think the Astros are going to do. We are going to be here talking Astros. What's the next step? If their last game is Sunday night, we'll go ahead and talk about what's the next step for the Houston Astros. But this episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5. And if your bet wins, you can get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Download the app today. So, of course, we all watched today's game. I know it was during the day. A lot of y'all didn't get to actually watch it. I kind of follow on the app today. But the Astros scored early. Framber Valdez didn't allow a lot of runs until the 7th inning. And, of course, you know who hit another home run against the Astros. But overall, this was a very great day for the Houston Astros. It broke them off their 5-game losing streak. They actually scored first. But is it a little too little, too late? Do they still have a shot at making the playoffs? Mathematically, they do. But you're going to have to rely on a lot of things happening at this point. And you have to win out. So you basically have to go in and sweep the Angels. So what's going on with the injuries? Can we expect Jeremy Pena to return back to the lineup? What about Yordan Alvarez? Can he return back to the lineup? These are just some of the topics we'll be talking about on this Locked On Astros podcast. So I know before today's game, I was just thinking, you know what? Watch Framber Valdez come out and, and say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go out there. This is my last regular season start before free agency. Let me go out there and show him that La Grasa is still here and show him that he could still go out there and pitch. But he did. He took off the dreads and he just went out there and pitched. He just did what he's supposed to be doing. This is the Framber Valdez that we've seen for most of his career with the Houston Astros. He was under control. Yes, he did allow some hits. He wasn't perfect in this game. He did have the 10 strikeouts, but he allowed the home run in the 7th inning. He allowed 7 hits overall, but 7 innings. When's the last time you can remember Framber Valdez going 7 innings? So it was great to see him do that. 92 pitches, 65 strikes, but he stayed under control. Yes, he had the 2 walks, the 7 hits. He didn't come unraveled, and he had a much better presence of mind, whether it's a audition for another team or was this Framber Valdez just saying, hey, Houston, I'm putting you on my back. Let's go out and win this thing. Whatever it was great to see Framber Valdez out there doing his thing for once because he's been sucking it up for so long, and he's had a plus 6-something ERA for the past 2 months, and the Astros have been 1-9 in his starts or 1-10, and what he did, he just was so impressive. So let me try and see what his numbers were. I had it right here, but overall he induced 12 whiffs. He had 20 swings against the curveball again, but the curveball was something that he's been struggling with overall. But he had 10 ground outs. He's getting the ground ball pitch going. So overall, he was doing a lot better. And he was being Framber Valdez, the same guy that we expected to see a lot throughout the year. Not that's +6 ERA guy, the one that struggled so much. This is the guy that we were expecting to see. This is one of the reasons why the Astros are in the situation right now where you're counting on the Tigers to continue losing. The Tigers are currently right now winning, last I checked, but they are winning 4-1 right now versus Guardians in the 6th inning. So if the Tigers do win, they still hold that 1 game, really 2 games advantage over the Houston Astros. But the Astros did what they could do tonight, and they won. All you could do at this point is win ball games. Do I think they have a chance to make it to playoffs? There's probably about a 25% chance of it happening. I'm not saying that there's no shot of it. The Tigers have been playing bad baseball, so they could win tonight and still lose 2 out of 3 or 3 out of the next 3 games. You don't know what's going to happen, but all you can do is just go out there and win. And what's the Astros? Oh, sorry, this is the wrong one. But the Astros just have not been playing good baseball recently. Part of it was they've been getting behind early in games, and that's not what happened in today's game. They took control early. They scored early. Framber Valdez limited the damage early. And in fact, the Astros, when they allow the opponent to score first, they are 30-53 on the season. So if you go ahead and score early and keep that lead, the Astros are a much better team because that allows the starter, namely Framber Valdez, Hunter Brown, whoever it is starting for you, to control themselves and have a much better game. But 11-5, yes, it got a little ugly at the end. You had to bring in Brian Abreu, but Brian Abreu has only been used, twice in the past, 2 weeks, something like that, because the Astros have been playing bad baseball. So this was a great sign. It's still terrible that it's this late, but it broke a streak of 45 straight innings without the Astros having a lead. 45 straight innings without the Astros having a lead. Just imagine that. How long it's been with this Astros losing streak of 5 games. How bad they've been. How bad does, not necessarily starting pitching, but the offense had just done nothing. They scored 8 runs throughout the 5-game losing streak throughout the whole time. And then you go out and score 11 runs in 1 game. That's baseball. That's why you always hear these players say, well, that's baseball, because you never know what's going to happen. And that's what's so frustrating about this 2025 team, because they could be really good. They could be really bad. And today they were really good. Everything was clicking. I mean, Isaac Paredes had impact. You had everybody having impact except for Jesus Sanchez, but Cam Smith came in. He didn't really do much either, but everybody who started in this game except for Jesus Sanchez had an impact offensively in this game. Altuve, who's dealing with a little bit of a foot issue, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but he had 2 hits. Paredes had 2 hits, had 2 RBIs. Correa had 1 hit, 2 RBIs. Christian Walker, the road warrior, had 2 hits, 3 RBIs. And then you had Cole with another hit. Trammell had made his first start in 2 weeks. He got a hit and scored 2 runs. Dubon got a hit, got a walk, and scored 3 runs. He got 2 walks and scored 3 runs. So the Astros were getting on base. They had 7 walks in this game. They had 12 hits. You got runners in base. And the best thing about today's game is the Astros were 2 for 28 runners in scoring position in the previous 5 games. Today's game, 7 for 16. Why can't they do this? This is what Joe Espada has been saying. Consistency. This is what we've been saying. Consistency. Why can't this team be more consistent? If this team is going to be like this for the next 3 days, I think the Astros have a shot to win all 3 games. But we don't know what's going to happen. In fact, we all have this theory of, Well, the Astros scored double digits. That means they're going to be shut out the next day. Well, we'll go ahead and talk about what Brian McTaggart found out. But guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Hey guys, let's go and talk about FanDuel. Do you want to bet on the Houston Astros scoring 11 runs tomorrow? Do you want to bet on Jason Alexander, who's starting tomorrow's game, will go 7 innings like Framber Valdez did? Well, the NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you can get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It's quick and it's easy, and it's the best way to add a little more energy to Sunday. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app today by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet today. Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. Go and make us first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, go and check us out. Well, the Astros, 3 games left versus the Angels. The Angels are not a very good ball club right now. They're set to play the Royals at 8:38 p.m. Central Time, but they are 71-87. They have fallen upon hard times. I know they let Shohei Ohtani go. I know Mike Trout has dealt with a lot of injuries. They've had the Anthony Rendon contract that has become something that a lot of people make jokes about. The fact that he doesn't even, some people say he doesn't even like baseball. He just does it for the money. But the Astros have a chance. The A's just have the Astros numbers. And for the Astros to do what they did today, even with Nick Kurtz hitting 2 home runs, this guy, I forgot how many home runs he had before he came up. I think he had 20 home runs in the minor leagues, something crazy like that. But Kurtz is going to be a beast. He's got 35 home runs this year. I want to say like 6 to 7 of them are against the Houston Astros. He's going to be an Astros killer for many, many years. I hope the A's do what they do and they trade him at some point. But you know they're not. They're going to be going to Las Vegas, and they're going to be putting all their money on Kurtz, and they're going to be building this team around him. But he's probably going to win the Rookie Year this year and probably going to be in talks next year for MVP. Heck, he may even get some MVP votes this year with what he's done in limited time. And we all expected this to happen with Cam Smith, for him to have maybe not this type of impact, but we thought that he would have some type of impact this year. But right now, the Astros have a chance to, I'm not saying they have a chance to catch up to the Tigers. The Tigers still need to lose tonight. Right now, they're still winning 4-1. It's in the 7th inning now. So you can't really control what the Tigers do. All you can do is control what the Astros do. But I would say that the Red Sox are kind of out of reach. I don't think you can reach the Red Sox. I'm trying to pull up the standings. I thought I had it up here. But right now, you are the Red Sox are 87-71. The Tigers are 85-73. The Astros are 85-74. So you're essentially 2 games behind the Red Sox, with the tiebreaker going to the Red Sox. So there's no way you can catch the Red Sox, really. So the Red Sox are out of the picture. Can't catch the Mariners because they clinched the AL West. So the only team you could really catch is either the Guardians or the Tigers. And so the best bet is likely going to be the Tigers, because the Guardians right now are 86-72. The Tigers are 85-73. That can change to 86-73 after today's victory if they hold on to this lead. But the Astros have just got to go to Anaheim. Almost said Arlington. They got to go to Anaheim, and they've just got to play like they've been doing, like they did today. I think that they, Wednesday's game, that was a slap in the face to the Houston Astros. The way they had the Jesus Sanchez butcher a couple balls in the outfield, and then you had just everything that happened in that game. And then the game before, Carlos Correa, the Carlos Correa situation, it's just a bad look. And I think that was the slap in the face that the Astros needed to just get going. I think it's too late. Unless the Tigers all of a sudden just lose all the games. That's basically what's going to happen. And you have to win all the games. I mean, technically, the Tigers can win one of those games and you win all three, and then maybe you can catch up, but you really have to win all three, and the Tigers have to lose all three. I don't think that's going to happen. I just think that the Tigers know what's at stake here, and they're not going to lay down. They're not going to give up. They're not going to surrender. I believe that they're playing the Red Sox, if I remember correctly. The Red Sox are still playing for something. They're still trying to catch the Yankees. Will they catch the Yankees? No. But they're probably they still have a chance of possibly catching the Yankees. So the Astros missed their chance yesterday. That was the big game. If you in the last 6 games, if you went 5-1, most likely you would have got to the playoffs. Now you're just going to have to rely on a lot of good luck. You have to rely on the Guardians coming back in the last 3 innings, which I don't know is possible. And you're going to have to rely on the fact that Jason Alexander and whoever else is going to pitch in the final 2 games. I'm sure Christian Javier is going to pitch in the Sunday game, but who will pitch Saturday? Are you going to give it to Colton Gordon? Are you going to have AJ Blueball go out there and pitch? Who's going to pitch that game? So the Astros really don't have a lot of options right now. It's basically who's healthy, who's ready to go at least 5 innings and just fill in for the bullpen from there. Nick Hernandez, he does not need to be up here. I know the Astros don't have a lot of options for the bullpen, but when you have to bring in a closer with a 7-run lead in the 9th inning, that says something. Nick Hernandez does not need to be on the team. There's got to be somebody else down in AAA. But that's actually funny, Emilio. Jesus, ball juggler, Sanchez. Yes. So we'll see. We'll see what happens the next 3 games. But what the Astros can do, stop playing Sanchez. He has not done anything at the bat, at the plate. He's not done anything defensively. He has not done anything to earn playing times. You're probably going to non-tender him this offseason. Give Cam Smith some more playing time. Hey, Taylor Trammell looked good today. Give him some more playing time. The Astros won when he started. Give him some time. I know the Astros went up against a lefty, or they stacked the lineup with all lefties. And as soon as that lefty went out, then they brought in Cam Smith. But still, you've got to win these games. No matter what happens to the Tigers, you've got to put yourself in the best situation. And so, yeah, you can go ahead and do a tandem of Blue Ball and Murray like we've done before. Maybe have Murray as the opener. Have him go 2 innings, and then maybe have Blue Ball go and do another 4 innings, kind of like they did last time. But we'll see. But I think what the Astros did today was what they should have been doing this whole time. Paredes batted second today. I'm okay with that. But he actually delivered today. And I know they might have rushed him back because they had to. But he had clutch singles with runners on, and they needed all these runs. I know that they outscored them 11-5. They had a 6-run cushion. But with this Astros bullpen outside of Brian Abreu and sometimes Brian Keane, you can't really count on them to consistently get outs. So you need to outscore as much as you can. Like Trammell played left field today. He got a hit, had a walk, scored 2 runs. Have him back out there tomorrow. We don't need Sanchez out there. If you don't want Cam Smith out there right now because he's still rookie, he's hit that rookie wall, Fine. Put Trammell out there. Put somebody else out there. Caratini was batting fourth today. I like that. He's been one of the Astros' most consistent hitters all year. I like today's lineup outside of Sanchez batting what? 6? Why is he batting 6? Like, there's got to be better options. Cole has kind of regressed a little bit. He did get hit today, but with 2 strikeouts, but the league is going to figure it out. So I like today's lineup. If Jeremy Pena is not going to play likely again for the rest of the season, we'll talk about that next. Dubon needs to do what he did today. So guys, thank you for making the Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day, whether it's on YouTube. Go subscribe to us. Go and make it your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and check us out. Hey guys, I know this Astros game was super exciting and you hope to get more and more action, more wins and everything. Well, let's go and talk about Ruget. So you've probably heard of Viagra, Cialis. Maybe it's time, maybe you've even tried them, but if you're looking for something that goes beyond the usual pill, it's time to meet Ruget Go Long. That's where Ruget Goes Long. It comes in. This is not just another ED pill. It's a total game changer for confidence, whether it's on the golf course or in the bedroom, wherever you want it to help you with. Go Long combines 2 doctor-trusted medications and 1 dual-action formula, so you can get hard and go the distance on the golf course, in the bedroom. The effects can last up to 36 hours. That's confidence all day, all night, and even into the next day. The process is simple. Connect with a board-certified doctor, 100% online, and if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your door. So you don't have to go pick it up from a pharmacy, anything like that. So ready to level your confidence up in your bedroom? Head to rugiet.com and use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB for 15% off your first order. That's rugiet.com. Promo code LOCKEDONMLB. Make sure you use our code so they know that we sent you. Hey guys, thank you for making the Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. Go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and check us out. So I know that we hope that the Astros go long into the playoffs, but even if they make it to the wild card series, can they really hit the ball hard like they did in today's game? I know this was against a pitcher that was not Luis Severino. It wasn't Jeffrey Springs. It was a kind of a guy trying to get his feet wet in the league. So against a stabilized pitcher, the Astros have struggled against the A's, and they've struggled against the A's offense for the most part. But I think in today's game, Framber Valdez set the tone. The fact that he went out there and didn't blow up, he limited the damage early. Even the fact when he gave up 2 hits here or there, gave up some walks, he still limited damage. He didn't do what Framber does, which is come undone. And so I think the Astros offense really fed off that. So you need to do that for the next 3 games. But unfortunately, you can't do that. You're not going to have your star player, Jeremy Pena. He's not going to – he said that he's been taking some swings, not 100%, but it still hurts to swing. And so he's probably not going to make it back before the end of the weekend series. So if they make it to the playoffs, maybe he'll be ready, but I wouldn't expect to see Jeremy Pena. Oblique injury is something that can linger, and if he injures it a little bit more, it could possibly linger into spring training. So the Astros want to be very, very careful with this. And so even though he is taking some swings, it's more like 60 to 75%, and it's still causing him pain. So no way they're going to ask him to go out there right now and try to swing in Sunday's game at swing at 100%. So that's the Jeremy Pena update. The fact that Yordan Alvarez has not, that he's been doing some workouts, but he hasn't been doing any baseball related activities. So he's likely not going to come back during the regular season. If the Astros make the postseason, maybe, but I still think that hypothetically, if the Astros make it, they would have to get to the ALDS before Alvarez would even likely come back. So I don't count on these two guys coming in and being the white knight and save the day. So the Astros have got to deal with who they got right now: the Taylor Trammels, the Mauricio Dubons, the Zach Coles, and whoever's going to play left field, whether it's Jesus Sanchez or whoever else. I guess Jake Myers. Jake Myers has really not been the same guy he was at the start of the season, hasn't he? So I think he needs to kind of wake up a little bit as well. So, but if the Astros just do what they did today, get the hits with runners in scoring position, that's something that they've been missing for consistently throughout the season. And Altuve is dealing with a little bit of a foot issue. It's nothing major, but it's something that he can play with. I saw this. So he said that I have a little something there. There's some pain, some days more than other days, but it's getting better. Hopefully it'll be 100% tomorrow. So a lot of people are asking, well, why is Jose Altuve leaving the game early? A, they had 11-1 lead at that moment, but B, that's likely they want to get him off his foot at the time. We did not get a chance to talk about this yesterday, but Brandon Walters, of course, he had UCL surgery, Tommy John surgery, so he's out for the entire season next year. John Rooney, he didn't have Tommy John, but he had some type of elbow surgery. I don't have it in front of me right now, but he's likely going to miss part of next year. And also Luis Garcia, he had some type of surgery. It hasn't been officially announced what happened, but he's going to be out for likely the rest of this year, of course, but all of 2026. So the Astros might likely non-tender him a contract next year. So if he's not going to pitch for them, you might as well try to save some money there and see what happens. So Luis Garcia may have pitched his last game with the Houston Astros. So we'll see. But the Astros have dealt with a lot of injuries this year. And the fact that they're even here, a game, technically 2 games out of a playoff spot. So do they have a shot of making it? Sure. I also have a chance of becoming a millionaire. Also have a chance of discovering gold in my backyard. Also have a chance of, what else? Winning a all expense, 30-day cruise to the Mediterranean. There's all these hypothetical things that happen, but the Astros just got to go out there and do the best they can do for the next 3 days. I wish they would have come out with the heart they did in the past 2 games. Take that back, the past 5 games. Because yesterday's game, they looked like they're just going through the motions. They just had no heart, no soul. It just looked like, whatever, bah humbug. But I'm about to be a pirate. A cruise is not a pirate ship, but okay, I see. Yeah, so I don't know. I know Jason Alexander, he's going to go for the Astros Friday night. The Angels are not a good team. You got to take advantage of that. You got to play good baseball. I know Mike Trout is a weapon. They have some good hitters in that lineup. Joe Dell has taken a step forward. But at the same time, no excuses. You got to go out there, win. Play your best baseball. If you're not going to play your best baseball Friday, then you might as well not even worry about the playoffs. Because if you're not going to play the best baseball now, you're not going to play it in the playoffs. So if the Astros miss the playoffs this year, it's okay. It's going to suck. But it's time to maybe reload. I don't think they'll rebuild. but I think it'll be time to reload, whether it's the coaching staff, whether it's hitting coaches, whether it's offloading some of these contracts. They're going to have to find some place for Isaac Paredes to play. I don't think Carlos Correa is going anywhere. They're not going to be able to trade that contract. So Carlos Correa is here. They're not going to trade Isaac Paredes the way he hits at Dyken Park. So they're going to try to trade Christian Walker, especially with as good as he hits away from Dyken Park. That says something to other teams. And the fact that he has not given up. So we'll see. So who knows? It's a little, too late. But all you can do is go out there, sweep the Angels, see what happens. And maybe the baseball gods will help you. I know Jeremy Booth over at KHOU was saying that the fact that Alvarez has been injured and had all these issues this year was because Espada wanted to bat him second in the lineup. And the baseball gods didn't like that. I don't necessarily think that that's the issue, but Alvarez being out the whole season has really hurt the Astros, especially when he came back red hot like he did. Man, him being out, Jeremy Pena being out when they needed him the most. Well, if the Astros win tomorrow night, I'll tell you what, we'll go and do a short show. We'll go and talk about that, but we'll go and do a show after every game if the Astros win or even if they lose. We'll go ahead and talk about it. We are your team every day. Thank you for making us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify. Wherever you listen to podcasts, go and check us out. No excuses, Astros. Just win. Jason Alexander, don't pitch like you did last time. Go out there. Just have your pinpoint control. I'm excited. I'm also nervous. I love the postseason, but I just don't know if this team was built for it. We shall see. Go Astros.